finisher last year, Mega Cow, is kind of hoping right now that WarmCabin wins. But whatever happens today, we're gonna have some interesting matchup. And Kami starting with Heat first, which is kind of interesting. This is a stage that can lock you. It can be a hard stage for you. And we get the Joe army since the start. Luckily, there are 2-shot Joes, so not much to worry about for now. Buster seems to take care of stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, the next enemy is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. The Kanonades there getting in the way and knocking Kammesennin down into our Wily-sponsored sewer water.
Yeah, Shotman can be a bit tricky. Meanwhile, WarmCabin starting a little bit safer in Quickman here. The thing is, why runners want to go quick and flash first most of the time is because they're easy, straightforward stages where you can get some E-tanks, and you can start on a good note.
Yeah, WarmCabin taking a more conventional route between our two runners, picking up the E-tank earlier in the stage. Kammesennin tends to be a little bit more liberal with his stage choice. I believe he wants to identify where Crashman's stage is, and then basically picks any stage that is not Crashman.
Basically, for Kami, to be honest, it doesn't matter much. He's still gonna do the Buster thing. He's still gonna do everything Buster only, so whatever he gets, he doesn't care about. Oh, it really doesn't matter for him.
There are a few places where Kammesennin will be forced to use Item 1 and Item 2, specifically in the Dr. Wily stages, but we see WarmCabin just absolutely demolish Woodman at the end of that
really
stage.
fast. He was, I think, vulnerable to the Buster, and it was a really fast fight. Oh, I'm curious about Kami's choice only because E-tanks, he can use E-tanks and he can get those fairly quick. But whatever his idea was, he is now in Heatman's lair.
Oh no, we've got, I believe they're called the moles, hidden in the background of the stage for WarmCabin.
Yeah. The moles and the monkeys, they can be really tricky. And as we can see, Kami demolished here, man. That was quick. And WarmCabin going through that flush stage, testing the walls, because they can be weak to the Buster. Just a little quick turnaround and shoot into the wall. And
Yeah,
Airman second. Wow.
Yeah, Kammesennin actually did the same thing in the Heatman stage, plonking a couple of Buster shots off of the crash walls. So both runners know right now that the Buster will not help them. And speaking of things that do not help a runner, Kammesennin taking a fall.
Yeah, these mets are really durable. They take like, I think I've seen 4 shots that he had to plug away. They're very durable. They're not your typical mets. Anyway, air stage is always tricky. Whatever you have in air, it's tricky. Just because you have those endless pits.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that can show up being... This is a randomizer, after all, so you get a bad set of enemies, like we've just seen right there. Kammesennin prepared for it and just taking a hit to damage boost himself through.
Oh, WarmCabin, this is a very, very bad IE for Bubble. This is the Huggable Bubble. It's from a hack called Deus Ex Machina, but a manip like this.
Oh, he got him. Trapped.
When you got the manip, Bubble falls down, and if you're not in his height, horizontal, he will just stay there and take it like a man. It only happens when he has this AI, particular AI. So good job from WarmCabin dealing with this nasty Bubble.
Yeah, so it looks like WarmCabin's going to start his third stage, taking out most of the quick stages, as he did take out Quickman and Flashman. the easier stages to get through. I believe he collected both of the energy tanks. And now into his third stage, as Kammesennin's at the boss of the Airman stage.
Quick is susceptible. Yes, nice. Quick was susceptible to the booster, and Kami has no issues with him at all. Meanwhile, Kevin also used item 2 and Flash to get that E-tank, so in getting this pulse buffer strat, if you pulse buffer enough, you can get this zip that is booster only exclusive, and Kami can do it too. Because though being booster only, it's not zip.
Yeah, WarmCabin's actually going a little too far, I think. He only needs to go to where that second platform is, lining up with that.
You can go as far as the right as you want. As soon as you get past the Q point, you can go.
Oh, it is a speedrun after all, so yeah, you gotta save the frames. So,
yeah, you gotta save the frames.
Pausing once or twice extra just seems, like throwing away a split second or two, which
every pause is a second.
Yeah, over the course of time, that may come back and catch up with WarmCabin. We'll see as Kammesennin's heading past the quick beams.
And fighting Metal Man. There's a very neat manip with Metal Man, but I think WarmCabin doesn't know about it. Metal Man can be manipulated to not shoot at all. And now you get the punish. The punish is real. He'll not only jump across, but shoot at the same time. And even double shots.
Like WarmCabin's looking for weaknesses. It looked like a bubble did some pretty good damage, but he's going to head back to the Buster to finish him off.
This will not get any easier.
Oh, there we go.
Uses one E-tank, and still, and Kami.
Oh, Kammesennin just got flat-bodied by Woodman, but I think he had it coming because he was low on hit points, and it looked like he's just, yup, I'm just gonna take my medicine here and be done with.
Yes, Woodman just fly across the room and kill Kami. Easy. Anyway, Kami gets through. The thing about this race, which you guys will find very interesting, is WarmCabin is not going booster only, and he's doing pauses, and he's switching weapons, he's searching for stuff, while Kami isn't. So that's his bonus. We'll see what strat prevails here, and what skill is better.
Yeah, that always interested me last year, watching Kammesennin. I'm going, well, this doesn't seem like the optimal strategy. But then he'd pile on win after win, and I'm going, well, you waste so much time menuing to find that perfect weapon, and Kammesennin just catches right back up.
Yeah, as long as the randomizer says this will be the seed, that the booster is gonna be the most useful thing. If the randomizer says that Kami is on the right spot, Kami is just gonna break everything. Meanwhile, they're on the same stage right now, and we can see Kami making progress while WarmCabin search for air to dispatch those frogs. They can be really annoying and cause a lot of lag. We'll see how Kami deals with them.
These tin cans might be a problem. Oh, an energy drop for Kammesennin there. Oh, almost a Mega Man dropping off the side of the ledge there, too. Kami getting a little too close for comfort, I think.
And you can see, like, these frogs were one-shot with the booster, so Kami didn't lose that much time for not using weapons. And using item 2, another switch for a weapon, which Kami won't do, and switching for another weapon, which Kami won't do. So these are the main differences running any percent in booster only. It's the time saves that you're not gonna think about because you're only dealing with lemons.
Yeah, that is true. WarmCabin using the air... Bubble lead doing some good damage to Heatman here. So we might see a little bit of an advantage on WarmCabin's side, all said, being able to get through this boss.
Do not hurt the Zippo. So WarmCabin doesn't have any E-tanks now, and he's thinking about Metal Man. Metal Man contains 2 E-tanks, that is a smart move. If your race is going well and you're out of E-tanks and you know, hey, this might be a bad stage, let's pick up some E-tanks. There must be some nasty things coming up. It's a safe move.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed, WarmCabin did not pull off what we call the good wood zip, so...
Oh, he doesn't have items. He has only item 2.
2. I guess that's not enough to pull it off. Okay.
No. You gotta have 1 or 3. These are the 2 that you gotta have. But regardless, he's doing fine. He took a death because a Big Joe, Armored Joe, knocked him into the pit. He's still trying to figure this out. Damage boosting through him works fine.
Yeah, it's just got to watch out that he doesn't end up using that E-tank that he just got for himself. Ooh, 1 hit for the Armor Joes, so that's definitely a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad for Kami. If you think in perspective, he's dealing with them like a boss right now. Taking the E-tank and Flash like WarmCabin, and he's gonna have to deal with the boss now.
Yeah, this is just a little bit unfortunate for WarmCabin. Doesn't seem to be getting the love with the energy drops that Kammesennin was getting previously in the Woodman stage. Yeah, Kammesennin having a little trouble with Bubble. It looks like not able to set things up like we saw with WarmCabin.
Is he trying to get the manip? Or just running away? I think he's just running away at this point. He was gonna die. Nope. Wisely decides to use an E-tank. Well, I think WarmCabin died.
Yeah, WarmCabin did take a death, unfortunately. And Kammesennin struggling to land these last couple hits. There we go. So I think WarmCabin tried to have a go with item 2. Got plopped by that Metal Crusher.
Yeah, well, it happens. These Metal Crushers deal extreme amount of damage, so I'm not surprised if that happened. The thing about the randomizer is that you have to adapt on the spot, and that makes it a different kind of speedrun. It may be a meme run, but it's still, if you want to go fast, you have to adapt fast.
Yeah, Kammesennin, oh wow, just getting all the love with those large energy refills. And it looks like WarmCabin summarily dismissing. That looked like Flashman.
Yep, using that metal blade to make Flash jump on the wall like Spider-Man. What's his next choice though? I think he has item 1 now. He can go heat. That's strange. But
well, I guess having item 2, it's not a bad idea. You zip across where Kammesennin was only able to jump across with the Yoku block section.
Yeah, but I will not dodge Airman for long. You need to know what, because there are no zips in Airman. You need to know what if Airman will give you item 3 or whatever. So I would rather go
like
Airman.
WarmCabin going for a zip and gets it.
Yeah, the exclusive in Heat. I'm actually a little bit surprised.
So it looks like WarmCabin's been doing a little studying.
Yeah, having item 1, he can do this too. But I think his position is bad.
I think, yeah, he's going to have to switch out from that. He's going to have to deal with these pop-tops. And it looks like he's decided, no thank you, gotta go.
Yeah, they tend to be really trolly and knock you off. So if you don't know a setup or something, oh, those mini Buster-only zips, a trigger for the win. Still does fine, and he'll use his item to cross this gap. While Kami goes to Bubble, which is his second to last stage, I believe.
Yeah, WarmCabin had the lead early on, but Kammesennin able to execute a little more. WarmCabin taking a death in the Metal Man stage. So we've got Crashman left for both runners. But unfortunately, Airman, as well as the remaining section of Heatman for WarmCabin. So I think it's safe to say Kammesennin is slightly in the lead at this point.
Yeah, it's safe to say Kami is in the lead. And WarmCabin is gonna deal with this Airman, which Kami destroyed. It takes 2 damage per pop, but it's still an easy air. And he deals with him fine. The reason why Kami is leaving Crash for last is only because there are some certain enemies that can lock you out, and you need to have weapons just in case you get locked out. Even as a buster only runner, you can get locked out and have to use weapons. So he's gonna take it safe.
It looks like WarmCabin's just gonna have a go at Crashman. So we'll see if Kammesennin's able to make his way past this Metal Man fight.
Kami is not gonna manipulate, he's gonna do the proper Metal Man fight, which is beneficial for Metal Man because he can spam more blades underwater. he's going down really slow. Kami deals with him fine. But no,
what I noticed between the runners here was that Kammesennin kept Metal Man on the right side, and WarmCabin ended up meeting him in the middle. Is there anything to that you can help me out, offer me a little insight as to how that exactly happened between the 2 runners?
Okay, when Metal Man is in bubble, he jumps really high because of mechanics of water, right? If you go straight into him without shooting him, he will jump across and hits his head, and he will not shoot you. But if you mess up the manip like WarmCabin does, you'll have to deal with this monster of Metal Man. So if done right, that manip he tried to do is very beneficial. If that makes sense.
No, it absolutely makes sense. I think it was more just to know what was going on in case our viewing audience did not know the nuances of the bosses, and, you know, got to take advantage of being able to pick the brain of the defending champ when we
oh man,
get the opportunity to do it here. Come on now.
Oh man.
Put you on the spot here. It looks
I'm
like
pretty sure you're gonna have a new champ this year. I'm pretty sure. Whatever the case,
that was pretty much your line the first time around when you
yeah, I know.
Went down to the loser's side of the bracket pretty early, but ran it back the whole way.
Yeah, I think
as far as I'm concerned, just about anything's possible here.
Yep. Pretty sure the randomizer showed us that everything is possible. WarmCabin is gonna fight this Crash using his usual weakness in vanilla, which is air. Not this time around, though. Bubble is not the weakness too.
Well, they're doing damage. They're not plonking off of him, but
very small amounts to damage.
Yeah, just quick boomerang seems to be what he's settled on.
Yeah, the arc was really good. And Buster only clip here. You need to do a perfect shot on the ladder to clip on the other ladder. Nice. Well done.
Yeah, so there we go. So Kammesennin has the remainder of this stage, while WarmCabin has the entirety of Airman, as he's unfortunately deposited into the abyss by the first enemy encounters.
Yep, taking almost the same death as Kami did. These guys will be really annoying, but he has the opportunity to use weapons. He's not a buster-only runner, so he will have the advantage here. What triggered me is when you're any percent runner, he didn't do the zip at Crash. That means a lot of time waste when you can save that against Kami. So I believe Kami will have something like 2 minutes of a lead. 1938. Alien? Yep. Not Alien, Wily.
Yeah, the Wily.
I'm giving it away.
Yeah, spoiler alert. There might be an
Spoilers.
alien somewhere along the way, but I think it's that time to play our favorite game with the randomizer.
Since you're back, will you do the honors, being first?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I'll explain it for everybody as well. Not that they haven't heard it ad nauseum almost at this point anyway, but our Wily 1 stage boss is the dragon. And the game started out as guess the color of the dragon, and then I went, you know what, let's throw the weakness in there as well as a little bit of a tiebreaker, since everybody's going to pick pink dragon, and I think it's going to be the bubble lead as the weakness.
Okay, and my choice will be a red dragon and air. This is fine. It sounds fine. And a purple and a pink-ish stage like this. Anyway, this music is one of my favorites. It's Megami from a game called Megami Tensei, Japanese-only title. I love this. It's just a really good 8-bit rendition.
Yeah,
it just pumps up your body. It's like the deterministic Mega Man music you want to hear.
Alright, well, it looks like about a minute and a half lead for Kammesennin going into Wily 1 at this point. It was about 21:15, I believe, when WarmCabin had his screen show up, and it was 1938 for Kammesennin.
And 21:30 something for Cabin, so yeah, close to 2 minutes of time difference here. Kame is being buster only. You have to start every boss with the buster and then search for a weakness.
Oof.
So this can come in hand too.
So a green dragon, so unfortunately, I'm not even sure what the color of that belly is.
Well, I'm pretty sure Kame is happy right now. He really wanted this dragon to be buster before there is. He really told me if dragon is buster, I'm gonna be so happy. So yeah.
Well, that's gonna put Kame in pretty much a commanding lead at this point, already into Wily 2, while WarmCabin is still making his way through Wily 1. So this is one of the few spots Kame is gonna have to use item 2.
Yeah, he's cheating. He's cheating for. I'm just using his
report
own.
him to the admins immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna use his own tactics, calling us other runners cheaters. He's cheating so hard, even doing the trick on the leather. What a cheater!
So yeah, Kammesennin not even taking a break to check the bus, or we know it's not Buster Week with the crash walls. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm trying to make sure I say the right thing and then cross myself up and tongue-tie myself.
It's fine. Yo, I must say this, he is not allowed to check. Because it's a Buster only run and it's not in your route to check these, so he can't check them anyway, even if he wants to.
So he can only, oh no.
Yeah, he can only pluck at the certain stages to see if it's Buster, and that's it.
Well, we know it's not Buster. Both of our runners show us that so far. And it looks like WarmCabin might live the dream here with the Buster Week Dragon. It doesn't look like he's fishing for items.
Kami found a very strong weakness for the Pico. Seems like one shot of air clears one Pico, which is beneficial because it saves ammo. And he did it really, really good. And found it relatively fast too.
Yeah, WarmCabin is a stage behind at this point. Kammesennin into Wily 3 as WarmCabin into Wily 2.
Let's see if Kami refills. I believe he doesn't. Doesn't use items, so he's not gonna refill a lot. He just wasted a bit of his air, but not too much to refill for now. And Wily 3 is one of those breeder stages when the runner kinda Says, oh, I'm not gonna think about this. I'm gonna just chill out. Meanwhile, WarmCabin is gonna refill, I guess, some of his ammo here. Yep.
Yeah, looks like choosing item 3.
Yeah, this is, I think, Magna Centipede. That's a good guess. I seriously don't know. We got LVP for that. Yeah.
We have a Mega Kyle sighting in the chat.
Oh, he's waiting. Oh, man. Kami? Is it Buster Kami? Nope. I'm gonna dig it. It's not heat. It's not air. Let's go. He's immune to everything. Okay. It's not bubble. Okay. Vanilla. Let's go. 3 jumps? Nope. You disappoint me, Kami. More mash. More mash.
Alright, are you sure they randomized this seed? You weren't the one that rolled it, were you?
No, for this year we have a bot that Daggett made. A bot that rolls the seeds for us. And the thing that Randomizer did this year is you can see kind of Mega Man go up faster after you finish a stage. Teleport faster out. This was because there was, if you remember, there was a bug in Bubble Man stage where you can soft lock if Crash is there. Now we don't have that bug because it's fixed, because of the fast teleporting. And yeah.
Oh, WarmCabin finding the Pico-Chan weakness right away.
Yep, here, being the bane of Pico this seed around. While Kami falls down into these invisible blocks, which, by the way, are randomized too. You don't know where they are. Being the booster only, it doesn't have any weapon to check these out. But I found a very good way and helped him out in dodging these. Don't fall down. You know the way. Nice. Executing that strat like a boss.
Uh-oh. So is that something you plan on sharing with the class? Is there any special pattern for where you want to land to make sure that you don't hit the pitfalls?
Yeah, on the spike screen, I found that just for Kami because it kind of ruined all of his runs. Like, not all of them, but majority of them. I really searched for that because he doesn't do zips, you know, when it's hard for him, and it's a pattern there that you can follow. It's randomized still, but you can do a thing that you cannot die in. And these enemies are really nasty. They cost tons of lag, deals tons of damage, and
yeah, these tanky makers are not what you want to see in these elevator stages at all.
Yeah, I remember dying to those tons of times, but Kami using his smarts and his buster deals with them relatively fast. I'm really surprised. WarmCabin approaches this almost immune to everything in first page goods dozer, while Kami is gonna deal with this Pico Bobian fight.
Well, not the air, not the bubble. Looks
it's
like
nothing.
Is it really just the crash wall? The
yeah,
crash bomb for the crash wall. Oh my.
Vanilla crash. Meanwhile, WarmCabin makes it with 4 health out, which is very well.
I swear this actually is a randomized seed, but it just seems to have randomized every weakness to what it should be in the normal version of the game, it feels like.
But these boobs won't be clash. I'm pretty sure they will. Okay, it's quick. And they cannot be the same weakness, so whatever you do, even if you find clash here, something is gonna have a different weakness.
Oh, Kame's gonna have a bit of a time trying to hit that one on the far left side with the way the boomerangs are.
Wisely uses his E-Tank.
I was gonna say, just run over, get rid of those, and then deal with the one on the left.
That's really important to not die on bull beams. It's a big time waste. And especially for a buster only runner, it's a big walk.
Yeah, the boo beam, well, most of these wily bosses are not ones you ever want to take a death against. These stages are very long. And it looks like WarmCabin's going to lose a little bit of time in this first elevator room.
This is fine, as long as you survive these, I'm gonna call it fine. These are really hard to deal with. Meanwhile, Kammies have to deal with this bubble, but he's not in the unusual arena. So I'm guessing, can he? Okay, he'll use his E-Tank now. I don't know how much lives he has. Hoping that he has enough.
I saw him take 2 deaths so far. I believe he picked up at minimum the WarmCabin just sort of got caught out there in Chanky Maker Nightmare Land.
Okay, the Chanky Maker knocked him off his item 2. He used item 1 to go up again, but he didn't have enough life, and because you have item 1 on screen, naturally, you can pause. And he got hit and died. It's that simple. That screen can be really tough. And now he must do it like Kami. Let's see the difference. And shoutouts to our trucker, XR Tech. He's even trucking some of the refights as they go. I know the trucker can be a bit gimmicky, but he's trying.
Looks like WarmCabin. Oh no.
No,
can
it's
he get
another.
Through that?
This
no.
is no, this is another one.
Oh no.
I think he's gonna go until a game over at least. He knows Kami is buster only and that screen is hard. He doesn't know where Kami is. Our runners don't know where the other is. So they're gonna go until at least until they see a done. Dot done.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense because you don't want to get yourself tilted off the face of the planet and then realize, oh, well, my opponent got caught up in the same spot, so I'm just going to pack it in here and give up when you may well actually have been in the lead.
Yeah, it happened already once. So, oh my.
Oh no, WarmCabin. Oh.
Patience. That's how you win at Ninja Gaiden, with patience. This is not Ninja Gaiden though, so you want to go fast.
Oh, and Kammesennin getting another absolute gift.
A booster-only machine. It's pretty much a Mega Man 2 randomizer staple right now. Like, majority of the machines are gonna be Buster anyway. Buster weak anyway.
Well, supposedly it's 50%, but judging from the tournament last year, I think it was more like 75 or 80% as Kammesennin into what I affectionately like to call Victory Road, about to fight the final boss of the seed.
It truly makes you wonder sometimes, but whatever the case, Alien is the lowest Buster RNG you can get. If you get Alien to be Buster, you're extremely lucky. It's very low because it's one weakness only. And yeah, you'll get the Buster plus something else, but yeah. It's not the Buster, yeah. He's not that lucky, okay. I was kind of thinking, well, he got the Dream Seed here.
Well, at this point, I think it's just a formality for Kammesennin to find the proper weakness for the alien. WarmCabin's got a bit of catching up to do.
It's metal. It's a very good spammable metal. This alien will be wrecked in a second. GG's. Kami finishing in with the official SRL time of 34-13. His first race.
Yeah, and WarmCabin looked like he over-zipped in that area. So,
well, this is gonna be something. I'm not sure if he's gonna go. For now, he's doing fine. He doesn't want to forfeit for now.
Looks like WarmCabin is just going to see this the way through, at least for the time being. He may not have realized that...
Some unusual mistakes. Some really unusual mistakes, but I guess it's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah, WarmCabin using the more traditional hole detector with the bubble lead. So never want to, you know, pull anything away from the runner still going, as it certainly ends up being a bit of a confidence boost to be able to just finish out the seed and go, all right, yeah, I hit that little rough patch, I'm down 1-0.
Now, to be honest, if I'm in his shoes, I'm just gonna complete this section here, and honestly gonna forfeit if it's me. But that's me. I'm just gonna do the hardest thing that stops me, and then just straight up forfeit. I don't want to waste Kami's time.
Now, I'm somewhat surprised WarmCabin is not leaving the bottom Chanky Maker, because he can just jump across.
This is really bad, too. Okay.
Well, he's got the platform right underneath him. But he can just take the damage here and boost over instead of killing the Chanky Maker. And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to have to do. This is going to be a bit tough.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of false buffering.
He's keeping his wow,
HP.
Well done.
Like, he really tries to keep his HP there. Doesn't he have some E-tanks?
He has 3.
Okay. Well, and going for the boobing zip. YD4 gets Z trigger.
He went a little too far last time and got caught.
Wiggle. It's time to show us how you wiggle. Safety wiggle? Safety. Come on. Nice. Well
there
done.
We go.
Patience. Nope. He overzipped again.
Oh no.
He's gonna die. The thing is, Frico, if the zip doesn't start here, doesn't stop here, you're still in zip state when you enter the room. So if you don't get out of the wall, you can still overzip. Which is a really bad thing.
No.
This
is just a horror story for WarmCabin ever since he went into these Wily stages.
Yes.
Just,
for the guys that think zips are easy, zips are the easiest thing, but you must pull them off to look easy. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's always easy until it isn't.
It's always easy until you fail it, and then it's the worst feeling ever.
So it looks like WarmCabin's just going to have to wait this one out, isn't he? And just take the death?
He decided to forfeit, I think.
There it is. There's the forfeit. So
roll their next seed then, because they're probably gonna want to go this as fast as possible. Okay.
Yeah, you've got a double header in front of you. I think another match is on after this one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something today, I guess.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully I can carry the bulk of the load for you here, so you're not burn out for round 2.
Well, it's fine, but I'm kind of curious. What do you think about the first race? I think everything is fine for them to be prepared for the second one, but what do you think the guys did wrong or right, and what was the seed? What did you see in the seed in general?
Well, what I saw was a lot of You know, it's just one of those things where it's like you go right into airman, and it's like, oh, first enemy, off you go, bye, right into a pit you go, and it's like
typical airman.
Well, yeah, it is typical airman. You know, the fireman stage was more of the same, where Kammesennin did a pretty good job of avoiding the lava, at least while he was not in an invulnerable state, but ended up finding a way to take a death in there as well. You know, at the end of it, I think WarmCabin just made a couple mistakes that are correctable.
Of course they are.
And if he can get, you know, through, you know, the mistakes, I feel WarmCabin should be able to put up a pretty good match against Kammesennin going forward into Game 2. It looks like WarmCabin gonna
I will probably do this, to be honest.
Have a go at these elevator stages yet again. It looks like
I actually do the same thing as him. If something triggers me like that badly, which is rare in the randomizer, very rare, I'm kind of go back to it because how to deal with this? I need to know how to deal with this and replay this thing that triggered me and kind of learn from that, if you know what I mean. Go through it the second time.
Oh,
Take
absolutely.
Your time with it. Yeah.
This is probably one of the few times where, you know, maybe suggest a save state for WarmCabin so he can have a go at this again and learn from, I don't know if you can call it a mistake, but the hurdles that were put in front of him so that he can, you know, going forward, maybe it's Game 2, Game 3, a tiebreaker race, or maybe a Sunday night weekly race, or maybe another tournament later on down the line that WarmCabin chooses to compete in.
I perfectly agree. Meanwhile, the guy is zipless. He decided to learn a couple of zips, and to be honest, he did a couple of them really well. So I'm giving him the thumbs up. You just have to do a cleaner race, I guess. If you don't know what to do, just take a second of your time. Like you take the second to eat that E-tank, take the second, stop. Think, adapt. That's are the 3 words that I suggest to everyone that plays this. It doesn't work with ROM hacks. In ROM hacks, if you don't know what to do, you're just doomed, you're dead. But here you can stop and think about it. It's worth it. Think about it. It's fine. I'm kind of losing WarmCabin here. Maybe he decided to take a little break.
Yeah, I think...
No words from him, though.
Well, in the IRC, he's trying to figure out how he made a mistake in the Boo Beam turret.
Okay, I'm getting the notify that WarmCabin is taking a 2-minute bathroom break. So it's fine. I guess there should be some tilt factor. There's always a tilt factor when a game beats you, you know? Like, whatever game it is, it doesn't have to be Mega Man. If something beats you and you can't complete it, there is some kind of tilt that you're gonna have to deal with.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe go to sleep and try next
happens to me all the time, where I just kind of... I can tell I'm just kind of losing my mind, and it's like, alright, I need to take a step back, breathe, kind of refocus, and in the middle of a race, it's really a bad time to do it. But if you're looking at a best 2 out of 3, you don't want to have that bad taste in your mouth from Game 1 translating into Game 2, because then you turn around, you just kind of make a lot of mistakes and throw it away before you really ever had a shot to, you know, win game 2. You just throw it all away and, oh well. Not much you can do at that point.
The true story is you're just gonna have to deal with it if you're racing. If you don't deal with it, you're gonna go to this tilt void. You're not gonna do anything right from this moment on.
Yeah, that's true, but I think pointing out that this is the place to do it between Game 1 and Game 2. Just kind of grab a tennis ball and fire it out into the neighbor's yard or something.
Nice. That's a nice thing. I haven't done that. I throw different things. Because I live on Main Street, whatever I throw it at people.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it happened when I was younger. So, tilt factor. Yeah, I hope nobody is tilted.
Well, going into Game 2, if they were tilted from Game 1,
I
really hope that...
really happy with his seed. He's not tilted at all. He was really happy with this seed. Even said, finally, a Buster Dragon.
Yeah, I think everything just kind of went in the favor of Kammesennin in that race. Got into Wily first, the Wily stages first, I should say. And, you know, got ahead, stayed ahead, and that's a pretty good recipe for winning a race.
Well, whatever the case was, I strongly suggest get it out of your head, Cabin. And let's go.
Yeah, this could be...
That's it.
Mega Kyle's fate of all things is actually hanging in the balance here. For those that are not aware, this group... let me check real quick so I can make sure I have the proper person.
I can tell the group. It's
I believe it's Metalo was in this group of death as well. 3-0.
Metalo beats everyone, including Kami Buster only. WarmCabin loses 2 games, and Kami wins against Mega Cow Buster only. And now Mega Cow is hanging and waiting.
Yeah, his tournament life is in the balance here. WarmCabin able to force a tiebreaker for Kammesennin, WarmCabin, and Mega Kyle to see who goes through into the bracket stage with Metalo. If WarmCabin is unsuccessful in running it back, Kammesennin will be the one to head into the bracket stage with Metalo with a 2-1 record.
Okay, I think they're both ready. That said, what do you expect now? We talk about tilt, we talk about the previous seed, we talk about the runners themselves. No, what's coming? What's coming?
I expect a slightly more difficult path for Kammesennin. I think Game 1 was that game that, you know, he got the Buster-only Dragon, he got the Buster-only Machine.
Majority of the enemies were Buster too, which was really good for him. There were not many immune enemies. I believe there was 1 immune enemy, and that was it for Kami.